Hello everyone, welcome back to Noteworthy ENT. We'll be discussing about the laryngeal cancer staging in this lecture. Now, larynx, according to me, is a very interesting subject, and studying about the malignancies of it is even more interesting. However, I will restrict myself to just the staging of CA larynx in this lecture. Please do let me know if you want me to make more videos pertaining to CA larynx in the comments below. Now, coming straight to the topic, CA larynx is staged according to TNM system, which is classified by AJCC, that is American Joint Committee on Cancer, which is currently in its 8th edition. I also discussed about this in the oral cancer staging lecture. And this TNM staging includes the epithelial tumors of larynx only, and it does not include the non-epithelial tumors and the mucosal melanomas. Now, as we know, T in the TNM stands for the size of primary tumor, N for regional lymph nodes, and M for distant metastasis. Now, I'll quickly brush up on the anatomy of larynx so that we'll understand the staging better. A larynx is divided into three parts, that is supraglottis, glottis, and subglottis. And this supraglottis is further divided into the following subsites, that is the suprahyoid epiglottis, infrahyoid epiglottis, aryepiglottic folds, arytenoids, and the ventricular folds. And the glottis constitutes of the true vocal cords, including the anterior and posterior commissure. And subglottis, it does not have any further subsides. An important point to note is the distinction between the glottis and subglottis. It is somewhat controversial, but it is generally accepted that subglottis starts at a level of about 1 centimeter below the level of the ventricle. So, glottis extends from ventricle to about 1 centimeter inferiorly, and after that starts the subglottis. Now, coming to the T staging. A T staging is separate for all the three parts, that is supraglottis, glottis, and subglottis. Coming to the T staging of supraglottis. Now T1 is when tumor is limited to one subsite of supraglottis with normal vocal cord mobility. T2 when it involves more than one subsite of the supraglottis, or it involves the glottis, or it extends to the adjacent parts of the supraglottis. For example, the mucosa of base of tongue, vallicula, piriform sinus, without causing fixation of the larynx. That is, the vocal cord mobility is still intact. When vocal cords become fixed, it is staged as T3. Also, if there is involvement of any of these, that is postcricoid area, pre-epiglottic space, paraglottic space, or the inner cortex of thyroid cartilage, it is still classified as T3. So, fixed vocal cords or involvement of one of these structures is T3. Coming to T4A, also known as moderately advanced local disease, when the disease involves the outer cortex of the thyroid cartilage or it extends beyond the larynx. That is, if trachea is involved, neck soft tissue is involved, including the musculature of tongue, strap muscles, thyroid, or esophagus. So, if outer cortex of thyroid cartilage is involved or the disease extends beyond the larynx, it is staged as T4A. T4B, when it is very advanced local disease, that is the tumor, it is involving the prevertebral space, it is encasing the carotid artery, or it invades the mediastinal structures. Now we'll revise this with the help of some diagram. T1 in supraglottis is when it involves one subsite, T2 when more than one subsite is involved. T3 is when there is fixation of the larynx on one side, and also if it is involving the pre-epiglottic space as in this diagram. T4A when it is involving the structures outside the larynx. For example, here it is involving the base of tongue and also outer cortex of thyroid cartilage. T4B when it is involving the prevertebral musculature or it is encasing the carotid artery. Now coming to the T staging of glottis. Now one thing I like to point out before proceeding that T1 and T2 are generally separate for the three subsets, that is the supraglottis, subglottis and the glottis. T3 is very similar in all the three and T4A and B is same. So I'll not be discussing T4A and B further. I'll restrict myself to T1, T2 and T3 for glottis and subglottis. So T1 in glottis is when it is involving one vocal cord with normal mobility, divided into T1A and T1B. T1A means one vocal cord is involved, T1B means when both the vocal cords are involved. T2 when it is extending to supraglottis or subglottis or there is impaired vocal cord mobility. Important to note that I have said impaired and not fixed, because when vocal cords are fixed it is staged as T3, or if there is involvement of paraglottic space or inner cortex of thyroid cartilage it is also T3. Now T4A and T4B is same as that of supraglottis. Now the diagrams. Now T1A when it is involving one vocal cord, T1B when both the vocal cords are involved, T2 when it is extending beyond the glottis as it is involving the subglottis in this case, T3 when it is causing fixation of the vocal cords, T4A when it is extending outside the larynx. Now coming to subglottis, T1 when it is limited to subglottis, T2 when it is extending to the vocal cords with normal or impaired mobility, not fixed. T3 when there is fixation of vocal cords or invasion of paraglottic space or inner cortex of thyroid cartilage. This is also same as that of glottis. T4A and T4B are same for all the three. Now the diagrams. When it is limited to subglottis, T1 when involving the vocal cords with impaired or normal mobility, it is T2. Fixation of the vocal cords, T3, and extending beyond the larynx is T4A. So this was all about the T staging. Now I'll discuss a little bit about the N staging. However, I have already discussed in the oral cancer staging about this, and N staging is same for all the head and neck cancers except for that of thyroid and nasopharynx. So I'll quickly recap. N0 when there are no regional lymph nodes, N1 when there is single ipsilateral lymph node less than 3 centimeters, no extranodal extension. N2A single ipsilateral lymph node 3 to 6 centimeters, no extranodal extension. N2B multiple ipsilateral lymph nodes, no lymph node more than 6 centimeters, no extranodal extension. N2C bilateral or contralateral lymph nodes, no lymph node more than 6 centimeters, no extranodal extension. N3A is any lymph node more than 6 centimeters without extranodal extension. And if there is any extranodal extension, it is straight away classified as N3B. Extranodal extension means clinically when a lymph node is fixed, it is indicative of extranodal extension. Now M0, no distant metastasis, M1, distant metastasis. Now, on grouping all this, we get the final staging. So, when T1, N0, and M0 is there, it is staged as stage 1. T2, N0, M0 is stage 2. T3, N0, M0 is stage 3. However, when it is N1, Along with either of T1, 2, 3, it is staged as stage 3 also. Now, if it is T4A with either N0 or N1, it is 4A, or any T up till T4A with N2 is also 4A. Now, as soon as any lymph node becomes N3, it is straight away classified as 4B, or if it is T4B with any N staging, it is 4B. As as soon as it becomes M1, it is classified as 4C. So this is how we make the final staging. I'll quickly again recap. T1 N0 M0 is 1, T2 N0 M0 is stage 2, T3 N0 M0 or any of the T up till T3 along with N1 is stage 3, T4A with N0 or N1 is 4A, or any T up till T4A with N2 is also T4A, any T with N3 or T4B with any N is 4B, and M1 with any N on any T is 4C. Now I'll quickly, very briefly discuss the treatment protocol for CA larynx, but please do keep in mind that this is a basic, very basic overview, and the final decision depends on a lot of factors and cannot be discussed in just a minute or two. So, stage 1 and 2, in general, we give single modality treatment with surgery and radiation having comparable results in CA larynx. And in stage 3 and 4, it is multimodality treatment, the options being either definitive chemoradiation or surgery followed by radiation with or without chemotherapy. Another option is neoadjuvant chemotherapy before either of these two, but this is not a standardized practice and it is not having clear cut indications as of now. So, this was all about the staging of CA larynx. Please leave your feedback in the comment section, and I'll be glad if you appreciate the hard work by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Thank you.